there is maybe a chance in that, you could argue, for BUHAWI to potentially steal away a map. You know, 3D Max, they've played it. They're not great at it.
Yeah, no, I agree. There is actually a world. The thing with BUHAWI, though, when you look across the board, all the officials they've got here, so there's so little tape to really go off. You know, 3D Max plays so many officials where there's a lot in terms of BUHAWI, in terms of anti-trust, and they could have done. I don't know how much they're going to bring to the table here. We're going to kickstart things over towards Nuke. BUHAWI have yet to play this in officials, have yet to play this on HLTV, so immediately you lean towards 3D Max. This is a very good map for them, as it's out on that T side. Let's take a look and see. I'm going to have open eyes and open ears when I look at this, but already, great start. Maka, PT50, ripping ahead.
Yep, good way to start things. Inside the smoke. Oh, Xavi going to come round and finds a clean one. Is it enough of the chaos created here? Smoke goes in towards heaven, and yeah, they're on opposite sides of the page, really. Emska trying to move forwards. Not really all that much success. Camion and Fleeve, more experienced names on this team, hidden behind it. So they can't deny that bomb plant. Looking for a different avenue of attack here, especially Fleeve. But it does feel like a surefire thing for 3D Max right now.
Fleeve making a move. Might potentially be able to catch one off guard, but then he gets spotted, so he already pulls out a far. Camion, we'll get one. Needed another. It's not going to happen. And that is a very simple round for 3D Max. It's good to see. So, you know, 3D Max should come in towards, you know, one of these sort of matchups and actually make it look very, very clean. They should come in towards a pistol and set the tone early, and they do. Maka looking good. That PT50, nice little long-range shot from him, and simple stuff all in all for 3D Max to settle the potential nerves, but honestly, I don't really think there will be any nerves. I think this is a matchup in which they favor themselves so much. I think they back themselves kind of the way we are here. For BUHAWI, and we're speaking on nerves, it's them, right? Only officials they've got are in that qualifier. Spirit HU twice, Diak and Bull Peak one apiece, and that's all they've really got to work off. So they got 4 best of 3s under their belt on HLTV, and that is it. As this mix. Anyway, Gravity, hello. Oh, he goes straight into the freebie. So that's a gun that you'll take, a Mach 10.
Yeah, pretty nice, I suppose. Ooh, and they do have to be a bit careful. It's going to be the early buyout from BUHAWI, right? So, you know, if you lose any players from here especially, it's a bit dangerous. But no resistance down on the bomb side itself. Lucky gets bested quite quickly. That's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Bedito comes round with a clean kill. So 5v3, Galil recovered. I mean, do we save this for the next round and a bit of bolster of cash, or are they actually going to give it a look? With Jocko being low, they know that, you know, if it's a dink that's been heard, then maybe they will indeed go for it. But you can see the superior weaponry as they come rolling on in is a lot to get through. Any more for any more, however, is always going to be a bonus. I think they'll take that and walk away. Still 3 kills. Recovered weapons, really, really great result here for BUHAWI.
Exorcise and Maka is all that's going to be saved there. But yeah, you know, actually not a bad round at all. BUHAWI will take that every day of the week. A Mach 10 and a Galil saved. Not too shabby. 3 kills as well. As low buy rounds go, you take that every day of the week. And I'm glad, you know, you've learned their lesson, or learned the lesson of, I guess, previous games that at least mentally, a team that I can back here. BUHAWI didn't force buy on that second round, and now they have guns to work with here. Of how expensive they've just made it over towards 3D Max. Honestly, this is a very decent spot they put themselves in. Not bad. Not too bad, but a match pause. I'm not too sure what it is. You know, I'm not going to speculate too much, but 3D Max, they have some issues. I swear, every single game that I do for them when it comes to the ESL Challenger League, they always have a tech issue. Normally, it's only 1 or 2, and they're very early on in towards the game, but I feel like they're the only side I've ever casted where they have to have regular server changes. I'm sure it must be some sort of either a ping issue or anti-cheat issue on somebody's PC, but yeah, 3D Max, it's a tough one. They always have some sort of problem.
Yeah, someone's mum coming in, you know, telling them, can you pause the game?
Yeah, dinner's ready.
And I mean, it's like, technically, you can, to be fair.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
CS. But yeah, it is a little bit of a, you know, yeah, dinner's ready's a classic. I sometimes get a little like, can you do the lawn or something? And it's like, no, I'm in the middle of a game. Hello.
I got work.
You know. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, especially in this case. We do have Maka drop out and then drop back in, though. So there is something going on. There's a few players at the moment in there. I think one of the gaming players, you know, is having like PC issues. But
Yeah, Patty. Patty has like, oh my god, I can't remember what game it was. I think it was me and you doing it. And yeah, Patty DC'd like 5 times in a series. One of them was like a 20-minute DC as well. Just cursed. Very, very cursed. However, tech issue's done. We've match medics and we're back.
So there you go. That's how we like it. I'm certainly here, you know, if you've got a little bit of a technical issue, absolutely, fair enough. That's what they're there for. You know, if someone gets injured in a regular sport, it's a similar kind of vibe, isn't it? So, yep, fair, but it does not take forever. I think is maybe where we start to get a little restless. We want that counter-strike here. Xavi going to open things up. Nice find from him. Early find for BUHAWI. Could be big.
In doing so, it's kind of forced 3D Max to pump the brakes a little bit. Fleeve holding with the AWP. Flee's a name he's been around for a while. Actually, a really talented guy. He came into Budapest 5 after Torzi got picked up by Miles NXT, and honestly did a pretty good job. You know, there's a big boost to Phil as Torzi was just absolutely ripping heads on that Budapest 5 side. But he did a decent job. He actually a bit of an unsung hero for a while in the Hungarian scene.
Xavi hiding out, man. This is a difficult spot to beat. They're going to try and give him the smoke. But, oh, Jocko, yeah, had to be quick on it. Bit of freeze fire, in fact, for that angle. Don't have a smoke for Mini. Trying to flash their way in. It's not really looking good, but they make a quick move and a quick dart down below. But there is an AWP ready and waiting for one. Looking for two. Little tip of the head. SSC, though. Too many angles for him. He's like, excuse me. I'm in a 1v1 here. What do you think you're doing? But he can't take out Cleve. 20 seconds left. A quick move from Gravity. Not going to work out. Bedito closes the round. And BUHAWI find themselves on the board pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a good round. Actually, it's a really good round taken there by BUHAWI. They kind of just rely on the back of the individuals to hit their shots. It's quite simple in the way they've approached it, but it's worked well. And an opening kill and a second with the AWP as well over towards Ram. You know, kills in different positions and already talking about a decent start to the round. But then they just don't have a fight. It's quite simple. It's quite effective. We've seen other teams who would get maybe a little giddy in those situations and think, right, we've got to kill. I haven't taken any damage. Let me go in again. And that's where you give away chances. Yeah, not to be. Max, they'll buy back in, but it's not exactly the most bountiful of reinvestments with Triple Tech 9, Mac 10, and 1 AK on the back of Maka. A lot open, and this guy can do. At least he'll get outside smokes, though.
Indeed. And there's not really anything automatic to stop them crossing down. Cammy and Tyr in good time. Only one for him. Memska, meanwhile, making a lot of noise, but still in a pretty difficult spot to beat. Nade is good. And they're unsure, you know, is he making all this noise because it's sort of a bait-in? It would appear not. This guy is very confident, not really hiding himself at all. Does come away with a kill. Lucky the next one to go down. Maka, meanwhile, oh, big one for him. Jocko as well, not really dedicating that bomb in. Uh-oh, Maka and Jocko, two-piece. Lovely little double peek play. Leaving Fleeve all alone, all of a sudden, you know, 4 versus 2 for a brief moment there.
Bomb goes down. And I think, honestly, I don't want to give this AWP a little look in. Retaking with an AWP is bad enough, but doing it in a 1v2 disadvantage, you've got 1 flash, no kit, no head armor, and you're against an M4 dropped, it is not worth it. Fleeve knows it too. Gonna get out of there. It's asking me 3D Max, putting up yet another round on the board. And now starting to really showcase again what they can do. That low buy worked well. Mac's AK gets super active. They needed a hero. It's the hero AK that does a lot of the legwork. Goes off and third, converted. Nice work. Really nice work. And of course, in doing so, it will put a bit of a weird position over towards BUHAWI. Teams like to force round orbs. I don't think it's worth it, personally. You haven't got enough money to really even facilitate. And even, you know, a half buy. Never mind kind of a good one, right? So, yeah, tough. Tough old spot. Really tough spot to be said here. 3-1. And a match can be paused again. A bit of a tech issue. I did do a little bit of a digging. Apparently, 3D Max occasionally have internet issues and electricity issues, where even the other day, Jocko had to go to another person's house to play. Because his internet crashed. Oh, no, his Wi-Fi. Electricity, sorry, man, I say, went out in his house. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. But yeah, 3D Max, I don't know what it is. They have some issues, man.
Are they in like a boot camp or just
No, they're at home.
The neighborhood? Okay. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're at home. And that might just be, you know, unlucky. But you get to Pro League. You do make a decent run in Pro League. That could mean rent money in a new place. Who knows?
True. Yeah. You know, they're out here living in a cardboard box. Tier 2 be a rough life. Yeah. Contact here from Fleeve on the AWP. No, we're going to be on the other end of this for quite some time, actually. So if he keeps going, he's grabbing a lot of info. Yeah, they're pretty heavily dedicated to the outside push. I don't know. It could get a bit weird. Just the one man watching behind. You know, Fleeve gets the better of him, and suddenly the round is pretty open, but they will at the very least have a solid confirmation that it will most likely be a bit of a B play or an outside lean. We'll see. It depends on what 3D Max opt to do.
Jocko, at least leading the charge towards our side here. With that smoking in through lockers, I mean, surely BUHAWI expect this to a degree. It's a contact play, an escape. Oh, he turned to the worst possible time. Just as he was moving off the angle. Next, a C-swill swing. So, unfortunately, I don't think this one's really going to get going at all. Maybe if the AWP got gifted some freebies. But it's not to be. And I think for BUHAWI, the best way to go about this is just, you know, especially if one more kill comes through. Well, I was going to say, if one more kill comes through, then just prioritize saving the AWP. But in all fairness, the Julies will get one. That's only a Mach 10. Fleeve has a really good angle to get another here, and he does. Lucky falls. They might potentially give this a look in. You may as well for the pistols at the very least.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We'll see. Yeah, it's like if they can create a bit of space, maybe the AWP joins a great flash. Maka trying to find two here. Just sort of secure the round. He's going to do that. Yeah, so with that, Fleeve will be like, all right, I was hanging around at the back anyway, and now time to slowly make my retreat. 3D Max scooping up 4. Certainly not the cleanest ride for them, but they'll be happy to get it. T-side starting to look pretty good, even though we're only a handful around in.
Ooh. Hey man, at least Fleeve looks good. This is, you know, like I said, honestly a guy who I've cast right at the earlier points of my career was casting a bit of, and he was always very talented. I'm surprised he never got opportunities elsewhere. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I don't know the guy at all, so I'm not too sure what his English is like. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't get any international opportunities, but I honestly always thought he was pretty decent. When he came into that Budapest S5 side, he was always actually able to put up some pretty decent performances. He's played, you know, he's kind of team hopped for a while as well. He's still really relatively young, but he was on that Rubik team that did, at least, you know, I think there was a couple of seasons in Challenger League. I think before that they were called Domination. Actually kind of basically what was the remnants of now is Para, in all fairness. Aaron was on that team as well. Camion was also there at the time too. Yeah, man, he's played for a fairly decent amount of teams over the years. And he's always been pretty solid every time I've casted him, at the very least. So, Actually, in all fairness, his rating recently is a 1.4, but that is because he's played in that recent qualifier. That's basically all he's got on under his belt. But a 1.4 last 3 months isn't bad on a LAN qualifier. Pause done though. 3D Max a 4-1 start. Not a bad little spot. And they put themselves in here. Are we back into the buy though?
Need to do something with this, and Benito will at least open up for us. Make things a bit interesting. 3D Max going to have to work for this one. Certainly easier said than done. They'll manage to gain some space outside, though, which I think is a pretty good look here. Down towards Secret, down towards B, and, you know, anything can happen on this B bomb site, really. Get timed on, get caught off. It does seem like Memska is hiding away, you know, rather than playing out in the halls and trying to take an open fight. He's just chilling in the rafters here. So this is a much better spot to work from, but even then, it's not a surefire thing.
It's true. It is true. On the corner, Memska going to find Jocko. Not bad. It's quite off the back of it too. Not round one just yet for BUHAWI, but this is probably the best position they've been in on the gun rounds, at least for the time being. Smoke down, Molly old Ven, but Molly comes too late. Cameron gets out of there. Actually, pretty well played here from BUHAWI. They're just not giving any opportunities. I say that, literally just as I say that, Memska swings in for no reason down towards stairs, and XTC gets a freebie.
Whoa, Fleeve, lovely shot from him. This is a big opportunity, though. Lucky finds 2 up top. It's that bomb, though. 10 seconds. They've got to recover it and get it planted. It's not going to happen, I don't think. The kills, maybe. Fleeve backs off. Bomb recovered. And, yeah, there ain't no bomb site up there, fellas. Fleeve knows what's up. Don't give him the fights. And, my goodness, it's ever close again. But BUHAWI going to find themselves a second. Absolutely wild sort of round. 3D Max nearly pulling it back, but yeah, just that timer getting away from them.
Yeah, timer, and of course on the other thing too, just taking, you know, way too long to pounce in terms of when they're in that 5v3. Yeah, gifted the opening too. It feels okay. Maybe if the AWP didn't get a kill from ramp on towards window, then we're talking about the round potentially being on in that 2 versus 2. But, you know, by that point, they just, like you said, don't give themselves enough time to really even converse about it. So the buy round is pretty uncomfortable. No two ways about it, with the double D, the MAC-10, and the double AK-47. Lucky's going to find the firsts. You can never count out these half buys. Benito, like, ships in the night, though, has gone past Gravity. So Gravity's sneaking in the backlines, and Benito's doing exactly the same. Both are going to relay misinformation here.
Kind of wild. Lucky down below keeps it looking good here. I feel like that's probably got to be the round, to be honest with you. I think a plant comes in and BUHAWI will just save it. And you can see 3D Max are a little bit like, surely not this easy, but yeah, crazy.
There was a timer, right, where if Benito had actually been able to flank, and maybe if they're a little bit slower on that ramp push, he actually could have gone in behind. Might have been a world there, but wasn't to be. Oh my god, missed shot with the AWP. Uh-oh. Also missing. XTC's just body shot king as he drops that AWP, and that actually now can be recollected. That is a huge thing to scalp.
Really keen find. Xavi and Benito just going to hold on to their guns, but yeah, man, 3D Max immediately back on it. BUHAWI struggling, very much struggling, and you know, it's one of those things where for a bit of a lesser team, and certainly a team by name, but not necessarily nature, I think they will struggle to replicate things when they don't have a bit of luck on their sides. Yeah, it's a wild sort of scenario for them if they're going to find these sporadic rounds. Maybe a timeout in the near future. 3D Max already in a winnable position. You know, 5 rounds on the T side after only 8 is pretty incredible.
It's true. It is true. Fleeve. With the P250 for him. Very good at pistols, but that one rifle of Xavi's really got to do the bulk of the work. All eerily quiet, though. I don't know if 3D Max were expecting overextensions, but so far they're holding for peaks, and things really coming their way. Let's hop out over towards Secret. That'll get that left-hand side of him. We'll try to tuck in there. Pop flash as well, back red in case anybody awaits. What is the plan here, though? 3D Max then really chipping away at this clock.
I think they're weary, you know. Is it some kind of a force? Is it a hefty half buy? Will there be a stack? You know, there's a lot of questions left unanswered in a round like this, and where that economy's gone, you don't really know how BUHAWI as a team like to approach these types of rounds. Fleeve spots a couple, spots that orb, importantly. Benito melting away, hoping someone walks into his crosshair, but not the case. 20 seconds for 3D Max, not a lot of time here. It looks like they're going to redirect to A, and yeah, man, one well-played frag here could really throw things off. However, it does not look set to happen. Benito's still got to go down, and he will just about. Oh my! Plant's a little late. Xavi comes in from the side with that M4 and finds 2. Nearly enough to just panic and confuse 3D Max there. But Fleeve now is the only one, and he's not going to be able to find anything, is he? He's got a lovely blue gem Mac 10, but the round itself will go the way of the Frenchman. Fleeve takes a gun on the way out. That's a bit nicer. M4 to save.
Yeah, at the very least, they've made this more expensive than I initially thought. So 3 out of 5 kills on what is 1 save gun and a few pistols isn't bad, but it's all well and good we talk about this and say, you know, there's small silver linings and at least doing something, but we're getting to a point already where it kind of doesn't matter. I mean, 3D Max 6 rounds on T side, by all metrics I have, is a very, very good T side on Nuke. No matter what level or what team you kind of play against, that for me is very solid. So that's the inherent worry I have when I look at this and say, yes, there's these small silver linings and these moments where, for BUHAWI, they're making it a little bit expensive, or they're getting maybe bits of personal confidence boosters. They're still 4 rounds behind on the most CT side of map in the pool on the CT side. So I'm still kind of concerned that I think 3D Max are doing more than fine. Now, making too much of a sweat. Gravity, gonna chunk it in. They're gonna play a close here, though. And Gravity goes 1-for-1, but Jocko will trade. Already, guns up. They wanted to fight, and 3D Max will take it.
Lucky holding that flank. He finds this kill. It's hammered in, isn't it? 7th round for 3D Max. Absolutely. Unless we get a hero here. And they're both on opposite sides of the map. Fleeve could actually find something outside if they take their eyes off the ball, but it does look like they are ready for him to come in. Good sense of timing from Jocko. Just Xavi. I think they will be making their way over to A, in all fairness. Can't even find one. And that'll be that. 3D Max starting to really roll them here.
This is pretty simple stuff now as well. Another kind of gun round with not too much of a defense being put up, in all fairness, by BUHAWI. Really solid stuff, really easy. All right, there's no real conversations to be had here. 3D Max are coming in towards this taking fights. They're actually now responding quite well in terms of aggression. That is a little tidbit starting to come through for BUHAWI, and 3D Max are just ready there to fight, ready to trade. Playing off the back of each other in a very nice way. Decent stuff is what I've seen. 3D Max, nice and simple. I mean, for me, we spoke about it a little bit off camera, but they are the favorites coming in towards this tournament, this qualifier. Sinners, of course, wait in the grand final, but I would pit 3D Max as the better side. Kind of on paper, recent form. They've been to Pro League and they want to go back. More recently, of course, that is. I'll have to see. 5 rounds up, very decent. limited buy going to come through here from BUHAWI, so should be made under bare minimum 8.
Oh, Lucky. Looking away at the worst time. They're after him now. Ollie down has bought him the space that he needs, but still they're looking. They are wanting this kill. He's had to drop way back, but at the very least, you know, stays alive, trades a load of info. Kind of a weird game state now. And there's Badito, right? His patience pays off, waiting. Lying for that moment to pounce. He'll get an AK. Is it going to have a big effect here, though?
To cease. In that back lines there. Jocko up on high. It looks like where they're posted, they want to try and finish down towards A, but they've got to make a decision. 45 seconds. Fleeve over towards stairs. And again, 3D Max are waiting kind of for the fights to be given to them. And for now, it's not going to happen. There is the potential of this one. Badito in through mini. Ecstasy will join them in towards heaven. And they are wrapping, so this is going to be an A split. Probably the 2 through mini, 2 through heaven sort of strategy. And in all fairness, the A hold is actually pretty limited.
True. Ooh. It is true. Oh no, Badito goes completely overlooked. Oh man, he keeps on bragging. Bomb somehow goes down, despite the barrage of the 5.7 and the P250, but a big steal for BUHAWI. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. 4K out for Badito. And a game changer of a round. They will recover the weapons. Making so much money off of this victory here.
Yeah, man. Not bad, is it? Not bad at all. Badito, good work. Really good work. Just doesn't get cleared that late into the round. Sitting tucked on mini is one of those where I think for, you know, just a complete oversight for 3D Max. And again, where, you know, the 3D Max side, I don't mind them playing it a little bit slow or causing for these freezes, but you've got to call for a freeze when you know the information. That's the kind of issue I have with this, right? You know, for 3D Max in that situation, they call for a freeze. They don't know what A's looking like. They don't know any sort of a kind of setup from BUHAWI, and they pop in, but with nothing ready to go with. Fleeves up, easy opener, finding Lucky. Nice little re-aggression there as well from BUHAWI. Good work.
Yeah, lovely find. Nade onto the door as well. Clear this out. There's nobody around at the moment, so Maka and the rest of the boys just going to hold things. It's, again, a very patient look from 3D Max. We have seen them be a man down previously and kind of recover things back. They're weary of Maka up top. Maybe made a step earlier on in the round. Maybe just an expected position. And he will go down. Okay, so a bag here for BUHAWI. Hearing out another as well. It looks very good. They have to massively defy the odds. 3D Max looking for that one player to just slip the net, you know, get in behind. Maybe it is Gravity. Ooh. Not spotted. Not spotted on the edge of the smoke. Must have just got the timing there. Wow.
Wow. Through the smoke, mate. I mean, I can't imagine he saw all that much there.
Kind of wild that he gets away with that, and then, you know, we have the kill outside as well. So 3v3 actually could be workable. Exorciso down the ladder. Maybe expecting a bit more presence outside. Yeah, they just have no info on the 3D Max end is kind of the problem here. Too many targets for Gravity. Down he will go. And 7-4 landing here. I think a pretty decent recovery from BUHAWI in the tail end. Again, it is a moment of whether they can fully close it with all the space they have, but we'll see.
Another thing, another kind of, you know, those last 2 rounds where 3D Max in the mid to late round, I just think they lose all, I guess, kind of control in that situation. Their ideas kind of fall apart. I feel like they got a plan out of spawn, doesn't work, and in the mid to late, when they already have gone down a man, it's kind of a little loss for me. An example of it, Xavi spamming the smoke, good for 1, and Fleeve pop shot also connects 2. Bad start, gets worse as Camion finds 1.
Yeah, nasty stuff, man. Down below, though, Gravity is going to get the bomb down. So we talked about it in the last round, you know, just getting a cheeky move and catching them off guard. This is going to buy a good 15 seconds, clean 15 seconds. Memska goes a little early. Has to be careful here. Spray down successful for Gravity. Exorcist was up on the backside trying to eliminate flanks. Not going to happen, so it's all down. Nuke Kid on the block. A little stacked on top of each other. Tap on the bomb, the double spray down. You've got to be joking. You've got to be joking. And he's made it out of there as well. Oh my, into the smoke. I don't think they've quite spotted him. Where is he? Where could he be? Shabby, stop spraying for some reason. Get him off the bomb. The team kill. What is going on? I think there's just about enough time. Oh my God, the wildest round we have seen all tournament long. What is happening, man? That is insane. We need a breather. I think we all need a breather after that one, players included. We're going to take a break. See you in a few.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
no break.
Okay.
That's
We're
good.
straight
I
in.
don't want a break, dude.
Okay.
That was wild.
I mean, yeah, fair.
I don't want a break, man. That was actually wild.
Right.
That is one of the weirdest, funniest ways to end a round. The main thing is that BUHAWI have made this, feasible. 7-5 is workable, but 3D Max they still got 7 rounds T-side, which by all metrics is very, very good. So we shall see on the corner, Fleeve. Oh, it's a really messy fight. And Lucky and Mac will come back on a piece. They're swinging in. Actually, it might not end too well as the Heaven Pop starts to come through. This is carnage. I can't even explain what's really going on, but it's 1v3. It is run out by 3D Max. Fights on all fronts, and none of them good for BUHAWI.
Indeed. I feel, yeah, I've seen this happen once or twice before where, pause doesn't get pushed. I think we might get our pause now, but it just feels a bit weird to go to a break. You know what I mean? So I think we'll just stay in the game and just kind of talk it over if you fancy. But yeah, a little bit of a strange run for sure. 3D Max. Yeah, I don't know what to make of the turn of the half, and then a crazy pistol to open it up. I do think this is where it'll become a lot harder for BUHAWI, though. Nuke T-side is really difficult. I would probably say, now that Overpass has moved out, this is probably the hardest T-side to work out.
Easily,
you can't
yeah.
get yourself into the swing of things. It can be really, really hard to get going. It's very, very slow-moving snowball, as it were.
No, you are right. I think, for me, at the very least, when I look at this, Overpass was brutal T-sided because it kind of... The very small changes, it got... basically, it got so much harder in towards CS2 with the small changes that were made to Overpass, and it just became so difficult. I think basically the volumetric smokes and the mollies made life 10 times harder on that T-side because you could just keep dumping them over towards like shorter monster. But you're right, Nuke now, easily the hardest in my opinion. And actually statistically is the case too. And it is one of those where if you start slow, you're really in a tough old spot. BUHAWI, they are looking at the temptation of a force buy here. Xavi with a Galil might be tempted in towards it, but you lose that force buy. It's a similar spot where 3D Max's gets kind of gifted that 9th round, and then they basically get the 2-4 on special the 10th, and we're talking 10-5 and already in a really tough spot.
Yeah, no, it's true. I don't know, man. There's a weird kind of permutation that can happen here. 3D Max, though, it ultimately should be a map that they are taking for sure. We're a little more open when it comes to the Dust2, but even then, but yeah, this is 3D Max's favorite map at the moment. I would say, I don't know, it's a big toss up with this and Anubis, which are also, both those maps are in the veto. So yeah, it's going to be a weird kind of showing here on Nuke, especially. I think that BUHAWI maybe are just looking to go through the motions. This is a bit of a wild round, though. Oh. Not quite the force buy, sir. It's actually just a hero Galil. With Camion opening up, though, maybe we could be onto something. We'll see.
Hero Galil is kind of wild, but Xavi has found gravity. So maybe a chance. MP9, though, up close. You normally only bank on one person in that fight, and thankfully, it's the SMG that wins out against the D, get close range. 3v4, still doable for 3D Max, but they definitely got a bit of a scare to start off this one.
Maka. He's going to be the next line here. Ooh, bit of a catch in transition. Gotta be careful himself, though. Oh, there he goes, denying that M4 away. I think it just made it off the roof, though. However, is there a brave soul that wants to go for it? Oh, no, Xavi. Yeah, he did manage to get one scooped up. Jocko in behind, though. Could be big. It is for one. Ooh, dinked off. Not traded quickly. Oh, man. Such a crazy round again.
2v3. Jocko's low, though. So that one saved M4. The pistol could cause a problem. Maybe now, not anymore. Last man is Xavi. He has to die as well, really. I don't know if they want to save over an M4. 15 seconds. The big thing is just don't die off the time. Either commit. You're going to save here, or you're going to try and make an AK work in the next one. He's actually just going to go for a save. So that'll be that. His econ's going to be a little destroyed, though. That's awkward. Yes, he got an M4, which is it's okay. It's nice, but not fantastic. We shall see. At least for 3D Max, though. Good spot for them. They could buy back in here, though, BUHAWI. They will buy around that saved M4. 3D Max, though, 4-round lead that they got for them is really solid. They've at least given themselves a bit of a luxury. Some of these rounds are a little bit more expensive than they'd want, so especially with how that one started, but I guess, you know, fundamentally, all we're going to care about is, at the end of the day, who won up the map, who won up the round, and in this instance, for 3D Max, that's probably also all they care about too.
Benito tagged up early. Lucky ready for the fight as well. Fantastic look coming around from him. Ramp the next port of call, but, you know, BUHAWI already being a man down is really not ideal for them. Jocko playing on the crack. I think he did just spot someone there. Molly goes in. They will push ahead of it. Splits them up. Does he want to stick around? He says, nah, I'm going to get out of here. Maybe call on some support. Looking very, very good down here as well on that sort of ramp B area. But you can see Lucky comes around from secret. And now what? 5v4. Pretty scary look. Jocko with the headshot angle. Securing this round for me. Exorcist, is he going to be bested over on A is the big question. They'll go flying on in, but the MP9 does an awful lot. Of course, Gravity also up here. Surely enough. 1v4 in total for Fleeve.
Yeah, big ask. And not a lot of time either. 30 seconds to try and make this one work for him. Moving over towards ramp, but then so is Jocko. He's read as well, Jocko. Should be fine. No, a little labored, but he'll get the kill in the end. That's all that matters. 3D Max put up a 10, and that now probably, for at least for me, starts to spell the beginning of the end. No real buy here for BUHAWI, no bomb plan, of course, will mean that. And now we're basically looking at this and saying, one more gun round for BUHAWI to deny 3D Max taking this nuke with relative ease. I don't know if I back it.
Yeah, it's very tough, man. But again, it's unfortunate. You know, this is the reality of what we were looking at. Maybe a few individuals look okay, Benito, Fleeve especially. But as a team, BUHAWI, you know, there's a lot of work here. Are they keeping it together, or were they, you know, just homies playing in the LAN? It's difficult to say. Maybe see how they do kind of thing. But Exorcist is trying to be the breaker of this team. He almost gets it done by himself. 4 for him. That'll pick up his stats going into the final stages of this game, or at the very least, the way that it looks. BUHAWI, no real kills, no real bomb plant there, so just straight up into the next buy. No AWP is maybe the only thing that they could have facilitated. Even then, they could have gone for an AWP here.
Potentially. They're going to go 5 rifles and rocket. Play it with the hope at some headshots. But Duty Max, honestly, super simple, right? This CT half has just been really good, right? I mean, you look at BUHAWI and they just have offered little to nothing. A couple of rounds that they maybe make it close with some of the kills, but they're on those lower buy rounds, and when it's coming towards the guns, 573 Max have done really well. Smoke gets broken and behind it. A lot of damage on towards Benito. And Molly comes behind there as well. Then I'm trying to away. The spam is beautiful. One gets caught. Two will cross. And a third actually now gets caught as the smoke opens up. So potentially could be worse. But Camion will get his.
Oh, Maka tagged down low as well there. So Camion's doing a lot of work in this round. Memskid trying to catch a player as that smoke came down. But it is the secret play at the moment for BUHAWI that would appear to be their main prong of the attack. Jocko slow on this B site, not looking for much to come his way, but as they start to roll in, he's going to be tested pretty securely. Double door, single door. Jocko not distracted by the opening of the double. He knows what's up. He knows what's coming. He gets blinded, though, on the repeat. And that will be a nice little 1-for-1 from BUHAWI. Bomb going down. Rotations are quick, but they have to be successful.
Camion, this first fight for him has to be really, really clean. And Clean will have the support. Double nade, though. Decent damage. And Meska kind of goes into the nades, I can't lie. He takes a lot, but in all fairness, they're going to call it off. They're just going to fall away and give this up. There we go. BUHAWI not dead just yet. Not, at the very least, in a position where they're out for the count. Up to a sixth. They can chain 2-3 more together. Then maybe there's a world to work with. But that's a very audacious kind of thinking here. It still is a very, very long road to recovery. There's a mountain to climb for this BUHAWI side. Who haven't offered a huge amount on this T side. At least that's a good round there, but I don't know whether it's going to be continuously positive, maybe, let's say, over towards this BUHAWI side. Back into the buy for 3D Max with that save, nice and simply. So they can give this sort of round here, the one that maybe might break the back over towards BUHAWI, they can give it a second shot.
Alrighty. Fearsome stuff, though, to be fair. If BUHAWI can, you know, get a clean round here, maybe they do start the conversation about the comeback. Oh, my God. What a quick scope in from Maka. Holy hell. Yeah, just, you can tell why this guy has had so much sort of hype around him for a while. A little unsure why he never broke through that ceiling. Circumstances. Maybe doesn't, again, you spoke about, you know, players and their English and whatnot. It's another case, and then you got to compete against Zaiwu. I don't think so, mate. You know what I mean? Like, you really have to be something special there. Way, moving forwards in towards the A site, or rather, not moving very far at all. Just Camion and Flea. More tenured players on this BUHAWI side, but they have a monumental task ahead of them here.
That's for sure. 2v4. I don't know. They might be tempted to save to a degree. Got 30 seconds here. No information. You got a smoke, a molly, and an 8. Yeah, and Camion's out of this. They are calling for a save. So all the eggs being put into this last basket of round number 19. And even then, Lost Apprentice isn't fully fledged. They've got 2.9k, so they can't true buy into this. I mean, Flea can drop one over. But apart from that, not a good spot. That'll be 3D Max locking themselves into probably guaranteeing this map now. Fleeve, he can drop over a Tech 9, a bit of util maybe. Camion can purchase 1 or 2 bits of util. And that is really about it. What have we got? An AK and a Glil isn't bad, but Dito actually can squeeze out a Glil as well because it's 1.8k. But he might opt for the Mac 10 for more util, in all fairness. And he will actually do exactly that. So, util is prioritized for BUHAWI here. It's map point for 3D Max on their map pick.
Nades round. Nobody on the business end of them, though. It's an outside execute from BUHAWI that they're not going to follow up on. Bit of a classic here, you know, try and draw some attention outside and then burst somewhere else. A lot of the time it's on to A, but they don't really fancy that. They're going to look at ramp instead. Well-timed Molotov from Jocko. Again, though, not sticking around to take the fight. You know, he's a very, very safe ramp player, it would seem. Changing up the angle downstairs. Flash comes in, he can turn away from it, and he can feed information pretty well that no one around here right now, guys. No need to panic, and of course, no need to rotate.
Exercise on the corner. One, but only, in all fairness, because jumping across, really pulling that aim away. Makazorb can't get there in time to deny them. So, fairness, these fights are huge. Maka will get at least one. The numbers stay the same on the corner. Damage dealt. This might be a round here for BUHAWI.
Possible. Very possible. Jocko, though, he's got other ideas. It's that second one that really makes this look scary. Memska, which way's he looking? He's trying to find the ramp player, but it's Maka that comes in from behind to get the catch. And that just sums it up, doesn't it? 13-6 comes round, but a 2v3 converted in the end, and BUHAWI just could not get that T-side off the ground. Those post plants, those mid-round moments, never really go in their way.
Yeah, nah, it's one of those where, you know, the T-side was just, unfortunately, a little bit lackluster for BUHAWI. We have to look at this and say, is this a sign of times to come for the series?
If they can make it in, there's always a story through those open qualifiers. And maybe they can be it this time around.
It's true. It's true. Maybe they can, right? There's an opportunity. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Of course, this is about time for them to get some reps under the belt. They're going to be heading in towards Dust2. They've already played it, like you said, a few times, but in that qualifier where it was against pretty limited competition. Now it's about what they can do against one of the best teams in Tier 2, if not a little higher, right? You know, 3D Max, you can maybe even make arguments about them being that tier 1.5. 3D Max will start on that CT side, but BUHAWI on the T side, and there's the T side never really got going in towards Nuke. That does inherently worry me just a tad.
True. Jocko. Back end of plat here. Nasty, nasty angle, this one, especially in a pistol. Ready and waiting. Extending the feelers out there with Fleeve, though. See what he can get on the other side of the map. That P250 in hand. Jocko. Bottom coming. Oh, there's the contact flash as well. He will actually go down. Maybe enough chaos has been strewn here. Lucky and Gravity to get through. Oh, not looking good. Absolutely bested there on the B push. Just Fleeve remaining. That lurking presence. Does have a minute. Could take some names here, but surely they do not let this one slip.
Exercise, he's heard the info. Missed his shot, and a few of them, in all fairness, but fighting for Fleeve won't go well. Only the one casualty, and things for 3D Max start exactly as they finished on towards Nuke. Nice and simple and effective. But 3D Max don't really have to do all too much. Brilliant work on the French side. A very, very strong team when they get going. They really do have a lot to offer in terms of how deep the strat book goes for them. And it's positive to see them delivering in that sort of way fashion. So, 1-0. BUHAWI, no bomb plant, 1 kill, no buy. Maka already tagged one up as well.
And finished him off. So you are Maka making himself known early on with the scoped weaponry. Keep your eyes on him here throughout this game. I'm sure he's going to be super confident, particularly up against an opponent like BUHAWI. Yeah, I think he'll have a really, really solid run. Keeps those peaks on coming. Oh, a little difficult. Got to make sure you don't drop anyone here in a round like this. You know, we got a couple deagles, man. That's about it. So, yep, those aggressive pushes are going to be punished. I'm still with a nice find from that Glock onto the MP9 here, and now what? Oh, the space created for the bomb plant. All blunder, I would say, from 3D Max. Going to help that buyout into the next for BUHAWI. Maybe even an AWP in the conversation. And any more kills now, really start to open up the round. Doesn't look too likely. Nico on the Glock. Bested eventually, but, 2 kills in a bomb plant for very little investment. It's actually not a bad result for the T's.
Yeah, I think you can take the small silver linings, right? Of course, it will give them a much more fleshed out buy. They could actually go into the AWP here as well, which is good for them. That's getting enough to drop over an AWP while picking up armor for himself. So we're talking about, yeah, there we go. So the AWP will come through. I like this. I think it's actually a good time to get the AWP in play. See if you can park up towards suicide. And of course, on the other side, 3D Max don't have that sort of an option. So an opportunity here where maybe BUHAWI can start to use those fights at range as a bit of a boost for them. Looking for swings in towards lower. They use the nade as coverage as they cross out. 3D Max going to respect it. Going to give it this mid-control for now.
Oh. I think that was meant to be a hinge smoke, maybe. Not quite made it, and maybe there is. Yeah, a bit of a gap. Oh, gravity. The smoke just worked against him ever so slightly there. Didn't fully spot that player. Pushes in over the top. Lucky with a nice deep nade, but nothing coming off. Minute and 10 on the clock here. Not an awful lot to write home about.
Double stack here. Even if Maka gets flashed, he got one up close. He probably should be absolutely fine. Speaking of, there is the flash, and smoke will come down. This is pretty well played. The temperament's decent here from 3D Max. He's trying to force them into fight, and the bomb actually swinging out early. Ooh, nearly getting into the nice spot. Hot flash is good, but Gravity does get caught by it.
Ooh, Benito. Is he going? Oh, he's sticking around for now. He's just looking for that, lurking opportunity, and there it is. Jumped the gun too early, and it could be big. Really slows down the rotations. However, Gravity hidden away on the USP as well. Oh, man. Bloodbath, crossfire. 3D Max make it look easy. Leave with a nice little trade back, but it is all in vain as 3D Max will secure that first rifle very cleanly indeed.
Now, back to the drawing board. I'm so worried about for BUHAWI just having not really the depth in terms of the strats here. I don't really expect that 3D Max would have done kind of all that much in-depth of a look in towards those demos. We're looking at them, mixed teams against mixed teams on LAN is not exactly the best option, but at the very least for 3D Max, their pool, the strats they can dip into are so deep.
It's true, man. It's very, very true indeed, and we're seeing a little bit of it in this round. A nice move there into the lower tunnels, secure that first kill. Get the water tested, as it were. Exorcise. Oh, man. He was on for all 4. White. Maka. Getting a bit cheeky here. Kind of playing with fire ever so slightly. Oh, my God, and they're going to boost him up. He really wants to take the fights, but I think they're kind of just saying to him, relax a little bit, guys.
Fleeve will post up. Xavi will hold for the flank, and I don't know, maybe a chance where 3D Max might swing in just for an information play, but this round's not going to amount to all too much. If they could get a bomb out of this, it would be lovely, but there's just surely no chance. 3 towards the site itself. Oh, the tag isn't bad, though. Both going to take one. Maka delivers his, but through the wall. 30 seconds though, fellas. We got to die before time here. It's the big thing. Xavi will fall. And the spam is so close. And eventually he will deliver as Lucky sees it off. 1 casualty. Nice and easy. 3D Max 4-0 start. Still yet to really see anything. This is BUHAWI. They only got 1 round so far this entire series on the T side.
Yeah, it's true. It is true. And, starting to get away from them, but we'll see. Surely they can put up a bit of something. Plenty of util for this round, and again, go for a very simple round, try and brute force your way out. That is something that is super effective on Dust2. Ban those flashes at long. Is there anything wrong with that, right? And just see if you can make that work, especially in the early stage. Like, you still have a bit of time to play around those, you know, more 50-50 type rounds.
It's quiet. Smoked out of tunnels, right? So already the initial plant and a spawn here. Kind of come to a bit of a hold. Double Nade going to come back and nobody there. Max. I kind of like the way they're approaching B here. They're actually not committed to a B hole because they know mid is actually probably the best place to look. Proper hinge smoke. Oh, that miss. It did actually. I'm pretty sure. I think it's meant to be covering the whole door itself. It'll come over. Decent chip damage, especially on towards the AWP. Really eats a chunk of it. I'm pretty sure the hinge smoke missed there.
Yeah, I think so. Never reliable. Oh, just behind Xavi, trying to find a bit of an entry, but he's not super excitable for it. BUHAWI with only 30 seconds left of, you know, pulled away. Still starving the info. There's the Molotov that's like, you ain't getting in B anytime soon. So really all the way down to the wire, man. And this crossfire, we've seen it a few times. Looks so effective. Well-timed smoke as well. Jocko just hiding away. Gravity is going to go down early. Jocko with kind of the bait move around the site pillar. But goodness me, he makes it look clean for 2. The bomb just goes down. And now a retake, or are we saving? I think 3D Max might actually give it.
These XCs can have a little look in, but it doesn't look like the other two are too tempted. Lucky. On XC's mouse site. Yeah, I mean, they're going to maybe be tempted here, but you don't want to lose an orb. You don't want to risk that. That's the big thing. Carry-on is in the backlines, though, so you might get actually a free kill here. I don't know if they'd expect him this late into the round on Kat. Maka going to get 1. Wait, hang on. They're not giving us to go this late, are they? They aren't. They're going to pop onto the site. They might be able to do so. The last man is so far away. They can stick this. I don't know if they've got the time for it, though. It's going to be so damn close, and they've just missed their window. They went for it, which is actually a wild call, but it nearly worked out. If they were, yeah, half a second to a second earlier, they win the round.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I think one of the key things, though, for, you know, this 3D Max side is just the fact that they need to lay down, you know, kind of the aggression and just stay in the heads of BUHAWI. Really could be difficult here if played correctly, and you know that just allows them to immediately pick back up, you know, do the damage and just keep BUHAWI on edge at all times.
Double stacking in through lower. Early kill going to be found there as well. The smokes are so unfortunate. Contact play out towards mid is crazy, and it worked to 1. The bomb drops it, rolls forward. Oh, and they line up for Gravity. The youngster, the new boy on the team, with an easy triple. And Xavi left thinking, what do I even do here?
Yes, a very fair question. Okay, that's a ridiculous shot from him, but ultimately, nothing going to happen. Yeah, and that's it, man. That's it. 3D Max, like I say, just staying in the right headspace. Keeping themselves in the action cleanly. Nonetheless, timeout coming round. BUHAWI have to, yeah, figure this one out quickly. It could get very one-sided if they are not careful. They're going to try and scrape together a buy. Certainly an interesting choice here. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I don't know. Maybe not the best. They're going for a spawn-based peek with this AWP as well, I think.
I reckon here, yeah.
Yeah, looks like it.
Very, yeah, well, you say that. Yeah, no, they are, okay. Swing at me. 5-1 already is pretty damning, but at least the AWP might have the peek here on towards long. And it's just 3D Max happy actually giving the fight out towards long. Oh, but 1 crosses already. Now this changes things. Really want to stick around. It's smoking your face. That's that. It'll come through as well. Decent little tag, and a second's come off the back of it as well.
Flash out long. Exorcist looking for a fight, doesn't come, and he knows not to go any further into that danger zone. Again, smoke does not quite land. I think he's trying to get it up. You know, you get it in between the wall and that little pillar thing, sticky out bit. You know what I mean? Like, you have to try and get it to land perfectly, and they're just not quite on there. Yeah, maybe.
That's why I'm saying.
Oh, no. I mean, like, up the top.
Ah,
there,
yeah,
like,
yeah. It's like a little notch, right? You line up with?
It's kind of like, it looks like a pillar, little obelisk, like on top of the door.
Yeah.
And then it expands downwards, and it covers like the entire door. So it's like an Xbox and a mid smoke all in one.
I get you. I feel you. We'll be feeling a couple of shots here. He's slow though. He can't risk a tag. Oh my god, Maka. He's still alive, and he just tucked his head. Let Exorcist to do the work at range. Yikes, dude. I mean, again, an absolute non-starter of, you know, a T-side here from BUHAWI, which is already getting to a completely damning situation. 5 rounds in the hole. No bomb. He's no buy here. I mean, actually going to go with double scouts, but it's you know, half by territory. They're still staying in and around that 2K mark, and a really kind of simple showing out from 3D Max, who cannot really breaking a sweat.
Yeah. Very, very true. Smoke down from 3D Max. Get that long area locked in. And BUHAWI, I mean, not necessarily a throwaway round, but not one that you expect them to do well in here. Maka. Oh, nice. Tag up. Gravity does go a bit deep for that one. So, again, just got to watch themselves ever so slightly and not lose any more players from here. But the damage should be big enough, and you know, there's a lot of info traded out. Maka going to play nice and disciplined, get that org, make sure that there's nobody coming around to scoop it up.
Moving forward as a pack out towards long. And actually, a pretty good decision too, considering there's no one towards the A site itself. If they go now, they're going to get the site and actually maybe even a plant too. It's 2 out via short though. They've got to do all the work, and they're lining up. They're scared and tentative to cross, and the M4 is just coming. Deal the damage. BUHAWI had a time, and that's go a little bit quick, and that's a commit to jumping across, but a jiggle peek in the corner. And that's what cost them. 7-1, 3D Max. Super simple stuff.
Yep. Again, with the kind of buy there, you wouldn't expect too much competition. So I think kind of fair enough from BUHAWI to make them a little worried. But ultimately, this is kind of where we expect things to potentially turn around. Easier said than done for BUHAWI, though. They've had many buys like this that have looked good and just, yeah, not able to really compete. Flash-in is a little off. No one coming out worse for wear on that. There's some information gained at B, but BUHAWI pretty widespread. 3D Max, so you can see 7-1. They're just confident, aren't they, for these kinds of plays? Exorcist pushing in through the longhouse. Here's a lot of footsteps. Spots so there's no one there. They'll be ready for a short hit at the very least.
They goes deep. Do a decent chunk. Oh, it actually just clips the wall there. If we had him, might have done an extra 20, 30 points of damage. Does it really matter? Probably not. The bomb is still going towards B. And Lurk smoke out from the T side as well, and Molotov behind it. Not exactly going quiet about this, and Maka above the smoke finds an easy one towards Burrito.
It's a good find. Of course, 3D Max again. Looking in control. Lucky. Oh, man, that's difficult for him. Maybe the flames getting the better of his vision. Jocko, for me, is the big blunder. Overzealous, not really respecting how deep into the A-bomb site they could be. And you see what happens. It spiraled. Control completely lost. Maka's probably calling for a save. Take that AWP into the next. The money is decent. Not not amazing, but Maka in particular is the money bags. So BUHAWI move up to 2. Still not quite anything substantial, but at the very least, maybe giving themselves a platform to spring forward from.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. I guess also better than what they had on Thor's map number 1. They only got 1 T-side round. We shall see. 3D Max, I don't think they're really going to feel all too much pressure. I mean, to be fair, the buy actually might be a little weird out from 3D Max here. Maka going to have to drop over, I think, a couple, in all fairness. And even then, Utah might be a little slim. They can still reinvest, which is the main thing. Lucky buys for himself. Lucky takes a drop. And it's fine. BUHAWI giving a bit of a lifeline here. A bit of a chance. If they can get 4 rounds, it's not bad on the C side. It's workable. We said that in that first time, you can get 5 rounds on that T side of the Nuke, or the CT side, may I say, off the back what was a poor start. It is workable. Nade is a chunky one.
Yeah, huge damage to kick off. Exorcist rolling round. Will dish out the damage. It's Gravity to finish off the kills. There you are, 3D Max. You know, as soon as BUHAWI have a bit of life to them, 3D Max are able to just snuff it out. Bomb retrieved as well for the CT side. But Ito could do some damage here. Somewhat weary, but he has, of course, left B open in the meantime. Trade there from Maka. A brave peek from Camion. And Fleeve left all alone here. 1 versus 3. Bomb to recover. I don't think he really sees this one happening. Might just hold his AWP into the next.
I probably think that's probably the right call. If he saves the AWP, he can actually kind of have a buy around him because of that little bit of lost players they got to work with. At least Meske, Xavi, and Bedito will have enough funds to work with, and then Fleeve maybe can drop over like a Galil over towards Camion. We're talking about squeezing out a decent-ish buy there, but the only thing is if he can save. If he starts to have a little look around, he would be in trouble. Still, last 25 seconds, and it is another round of the ball for 3D Max. They're getting ever closer now to that grand final. And to, I guess in our instance as well, a bit of an extended break too. You know, this has been a really good showing of what 3D Max can bring to a game. They're individually a very solid side. And right now, showcasing exactly what they've got in that locker. Round done. That's 3D Max 8 already. That's pretty damn good. No two ways about it. On a CT side of Dust2, not really having to dip too deep into the strapbook. BUHAWI cannot really seem to find a way to compete in this one at all. So setting up for that 3D Max versus Sinners grand final, which is a bit of a banger. These are 2 sides who are at the upper echelon of tier 2, which is that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see. So I'm enjoying kind of the world in which we live, you know, and the way that the Counter-Strike's panning out, moving into a more open circuit, you know, could get very, very interesting. A lot more tournaments going on, a lot more opportunities to prove oneself. 3D Max, speaking of proving, wanting to show that they can get the dubs here on Dust2, particularly against those slightly lesser opponents. Bedito, slow encroachment in through the longhouse. It's more of a short approach, it would appear, from BUHAWI. Try and contact out long. Exorcist, though, tough angle to beat. Yeah, you got to have a clean flash here, or at the very least, a good idea that he's going to be here, and they don't. Yeah, they just walk straight out, not banking on it. And again, taking him down, second time of asking you, the player with the bomb, it's just not going to happen, is it?
Flashbang. In. Oh, actually fully caught Bodito there. He's lucky he was tucked away. Going back towards B. B is open for now. The smoke will come down. Actually will come down late. But Jocko rips ahead. The M4 at range. Ah, it's so simple, isn't it? So easy. Bodito, last man with the AK. I don't really know what he can do with 15 seconds. He might just be keeping hold of it because it might be the only real gun they have in towards the next round. Memeske will probably have one of his own, but bar that, the buy really thins out very, very quickly. 3D Max up to 9. And now in winning this round so cleanly, a very good chance at making it a 10-2 half.
Yeah, it's a rough look. I mean, even 9-3 is really going to be difficult for BUHAWI. But indeed, this half is down the barrel of kind of a you know, winnable scoreline before the second even gets underway. And yeah, BUHAWI have not given us too much to write home about. Couple rounds, doesn't look great. It's also the nature in which they come, right? I think that they maybe have had like one nice round for me, but 3D Max have always shut them down. They are back with a vengeance here, though, and Memska comes around for quick, clean double kill. Maybe we can make this a third for the T side.
All right. Potentially. That'd be nice. I mean, it'd be better than nothing. Still, 3D Max in a position where you kind of still back them to a degree. Gravity, he might get one. 4-3 here. Does he clear close left? It looks like, yes, he will. That's a gun barrel. He's playing Trigger Discipline to knob. This, oh my god. Petito does just look right for a second, I'm sure. Jump scare. Hovering back towards A as well. Perfect nade. Oh my god, perfect nade and perfect tap through the smoke.
Xavi will find one back, though, so maybe we are still on the cards. The double AWP retake here. Tech 9 out, flying around, trying to get something done from elevator. Xavi left incredibly low. There you go. Oh, and Fleeve just misses out on the shots. What a finish. But it somehow works. 10-2, 3D Max looking like they are solidifying their spot in the grand final. A few more rounds to find in that second half.
Making magic when they need it most.
Alrighty, folks, here we go. BUHAWI, can they hold on a entire second half to get through, and then an entire third map if they are to find themselves a spot in the grand final? 3D Max want to end it here and now, and they are not wasting any time. Straight into short. Nice and quick from them. Trying to get that first kill. It's eluding them, but there goes Gravity eventually. You know, keep banging your head against the wall and you'll find it. Pistol goes their way. And that might just be all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, I probably got one of the hardest jobs in the world right now is just trying to break down anything. They just fly in towards shore and they back themselves in terms of fights. Simple as that. We look at this and just say, it's a complete mismatch of competition, right? It's two sides who are, you know, into a situation where BUHAWI, how are they even here to a degree, is kind of the question mark, because 3D Max, this is the easiest semi-final they've probably had in a long, long time. They're loving like right now. And Jocko showing why. Make that 4, give him the ace. Camion is so far away, but my God, that basically sums up the differential between 3D Max and BUHAWI. Jocko, an animalistic 4K swinging out from long there.
Plank comes in, that secures the round. Camion. Oh. Oh. Imagine. Imagine. Look, he still finds
I love it.
But
I love that he gives it a go. That
why not?
shows how 3D Max feel. Oh man, that is actually just hilarious. That is so funny. You know, a game has to be as dominant as this for people to be giving that a go. But if that hit, headphones coming off, I'm leaving. Not to be, but it's a 10-round buffer for 3D Max. And yeah, you know, I said this in the pre-show, I said it in the pre-map, but BUHAWI, no matter what officials they had under their belt prior to this, they were never going to compete in this map. Even 3D Max's losses, they offer up more than, you know, BUHAWI's wins, right? Just in the sense of the caliber of teams they've come against. Showing Gravity gets tunnel vision in towards lower and on sight. I mean, Messi gets a freebie of a kill.
yeah, pretty nice. Made in. Damage. Taking a leap out of the 3D Max book with this buy, I'll tell you what. But they don't quite know how to make it work. Ecstasy spotting out a couple. It might lean B, actually. Rough fight there for Lucky. Doesn't have the support for the trade, so we are being a little lackadaisical here. A scout tag. MP9 on the other side as well. This could get a bit weird. Camion comes round for the triple, and he will keep the dreams alive.
They'll take it. They will take it. And an AK and Galil picked up. You're not going to say no to, but a reinvestment right back in for 3D Max. And I don't think they're really feeling too worried. They're very loose is how they're playing it at the moment. And, you know, again, don't really blame them. To be perfectly honest, they can kind of afford to do so. They're right back at it. Of where we see this side try and deliver. Swing corner, Lucky in the flames. Spots one. Shot doesn't connect. The damage pulls away.
Go. Now in towards mid here, trying to find any kind of an opportunity that will come his way. They're going to clear out the lower tunnels. Nobody around. So, you know, what is the game plan for them here? Are we in long? Are we just barreling short? Keep it simple. Short's also an area that, you know, you really, really look for fights in that short area. Hopefully we'll find the bomb, actually, through the smoke, though.
Above it. Jocko has a little look in. I don't think he spots anything, but already down to 4 3D Max, at least for the first time in a little while. I have to actually think about these rounds to a degree. Cross smoke over towards CT. One out actually as well. There's a lurk smoke out of mid as well. Normally you're either going to do one or the other. What is that spread on towards Lucky? What is that? Spreads all the way through the door. He gets pretty unlucky there, in all fairness. The wood had spotted. Lucky dead.
Javi catches XC's looking the wrong way. So just Jocko and Gravity here. Oh my, okay. Jocko with the double spray down. That opens up the site. Just about enough time to get that bomb down in a somewhat safe place. They are obviously really just looking to find the heads, find the kills. Flash from long makes sense, but they are looking short. They want to take this area, you know, secure one of the two avenues. Camion playing patiently. Jocko going to catch Xavi. Oh, and it's Camion with the perfect timing to make sure there is no heartbreak here. Once again, they will buy themselves more and more time on the BUHAWI side. But we are as yet to believe in the comeback.
For sure. For sure. I mean, there's a lot more that needs. A bomb plant won't really mean too much in terms of buys here. I've got a pistol is basically all they got to work with. Unless Jocko wants the hero AK, potentially go for it. Not really util, but he's also going to opt for a deagle as well. I don't know. I think they might just have enough. If they can get, especially if they can get a bomb plant with Jocko to wheel an AWP or Joppo an AWP over towards Maka. Also, not always the most, you know, the biggest kind of necessity on T side of Dust2. ASK can do the ball off the work. Speaking of AK, 4-2 is back. Make that even 3. Good line them all up here. We'll finally get traded, but I think job's already done here.
Yes, indeed. Certainly looks that way. Both spotted out now as well. Double nades. Leave Jocko easy in the end. Xavi will get it done. So, here we go. This is where, again, a bit more difficulty for BUHAWI, it is safe to say. The buy comes back round from the Frenchman. And, yeah, it is just a case of continuing to try and knock down that door. Eventually, they got to get it right.
We go back into the buy. Maka's only got a kill, but I'll say only. It's one of which I'm sure he can wield adequately in this sort of instance. I mean, for BUHAWI, clinging on, but from Don, popping through. MSK going to be avoiding the flash, but he spots the bomb. He spams on towards Cap, but he can't deny it getting up there.
Oof. Little nade onto Maka. Fleeve. Ito. This is a make or break kind of moment, isn't it? Fleeve goes down, but Ito gives up the spot. So at least they didn't lose both, but it's still not the best look there on the defense. Not really committing, you know what I mean? They stepped into the location, then they were like, actually, maybe we want to back away here. And, you know, they're just getting caught in between two mines. Great flash into mid. Oh my goodness. Memska's so blind, but they are very quick behind it. 5v3 now. Camion. Damn. Lucky creeps through and is able to catch him. That's got to be that. Yeah, they're smoked off. There's bodies on the other side of that smoke as well. Just no chance here. Ito and Xavi, they know how this is going to go down, but they have to, of course, give it their best shot.
Anything would be good. Yeah, Maka gets 1 for 1 there, and that should. Ito. Yeah, no chance. Stuck in a rock and a hard place, and that'll be 13-5, 3D Max. What a display, all right? What a display out from them. They really are a seriously good side. Never broke a sweat all series. We're always going to come into a matchup like that and make it look very, very simple, and they did, right? And that's all we wanted to see. I think